this session is really thinking about the general public, parents, grandparents, why does virology matter? So Isabella, this is just, we'll take about 10 minutes or so and just think about, tell us why the studies are important and, how you would explain them to somebody of what it means. And then a little bit about you and why you went into science and what you think are the most important or unanswered, the coolest unanswered questions in your field. So why are the studies important?
So Stacy, I thought a lot about this all of those years that I am involved with science in my life. And I think in the case of this study, we have to think about the importance of basic studies in virology. I've been working with basic virology since the beginning of my career, and just now I started to work with more applied virology. And I think we have to remember that if you don't have like the basic information, you can never do the applied science. So basic studies are important because they reveal like fundamental mechanisms of viral biology, for example, and all of those informations can have important implications in microbial ecology, for example, or evolutionary biology. So I think this work fits perfectly in what I'm saying right now. I think we have to remember this importance of basic studies. And when I think about the importance of science for my family, my friends, people that are linked to a more close circle of my life, I think the major thing that is important, especially for my parents and my family, is because here in Brazil it's not so easy to get the education and to get a PhD. So this is a huge opportunity for people just like me. I came from a family with humble roots. It was hard. It was too hard for me to have the opportunity to study, and this was the dream of my parents. So I think to see their daughter having the opportunity to become a scientist is something really important for my family and friends. Even that sometimes they doesn't understand perfectly what I do, they feel really proud of me. And I always try to explain this for them, like this maybe is something weird for them, the giant viruses. And sometimes people get scared, like, oh my God, giant virus, this can be something horrible for us. And I say, guys, when we think about microbiology, we have to think also not only in the side that is linked to the human health and animal health, but also a lot of those entities are more important for us to understand the evolution of life, the complex evolution of life in the earth, and also for like giant viruses has also a big capacity to be applied for biotechnology and different things. But I think the most important thing about them is to understand the evolution of viruses and also to understand ecology and things linked with something like this. And I think I also came into the world of science because since I was a child, I was always really curious. And all the time that I asked something for my parents or for someone, some adult, and I didn't get the answer, this caused me so much like frustration. And I think like, why I am a child and I am thinking about this, but anybody thought about this before? So this was something that I always wanted to do. I was always trying to get the answers that I didn't have. And when I came into the university, like I said, it was hard for me. So I wish I could leave everything there. So when I came to the first laboratory where I had the opportunity to work a little bit with science, I started to be like, to really feel amazed by this world. And I met Professor Jonathan when I was doing a class of him in I was studying microbiology in the biology graduation. And when I saw the first time a virus, that just rocked my world because they are so different. And I said, oh my God, I never saw something like this before. I have to work with this man. So I had to tell him that I wanted to do this. And it was something that really was a game changer in my life to have this opportunity to get into science and to work with giant viruses also. So I think the thing that was more important for me for this was all the curiosity that I had in my life and all the answers that I was looking for. And I think when I think about the unanswered or most important questions in our field, when we think about giant viruses, we are always thinking about limits because I don't know. I think about the limits of virusphere. Is there a limit? Because every day we have a different report of some bigger virus or something really unexpected about the genome, and I don't know, something unexpected. So I think this is the most important question in our field about the limits of virusphere.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Isabella. It's a fantastic story. I'm sure your family is very proud of you.